big bet.
Go for audio. Mic check. 1. Check. Check. Broadcast. Go. We're secure.
Here we go.
Find the mic sign.
We are rolling.
I need a starting chip count. $3 million on the table.
Okay, people, we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Big bet.
Last week on Bally's Big Bet Poker, Phil Hellmuth bought in with the smallest stack and was short stack game shame.
People don't understand what you're doing.
Been pretty unlucky today.
Garrett flopped a straight and fell to 2 players at once.
Not good.
Well, that wasn't fun.
And Eric Person was absolutely devastated when he lost a $290,000 pot to Eric Hicks's quad aces.
I'm all in. I come. You got a full house? More.
Now let's go to our hosts, Houston Curtis and Rick Marr.
Welcome to another episode of Bally's Big Bet Poker, brought to you from the beautiful Park West Bicycle Casino, home to Live at the Bike, the longest running live stream poker show on the planet. Hello there, I'm Houston Curtis.
And I'm Rick Marr. Today's show continues with the high-stakes action from last week's all-star lineup, featuring the poker brat, Phil Hellmuth, no one like him, and Live at the Bike superstar Garrett Adelstein, billionaire Bill Klein, and the short-sleeved trash talker, or no-sleeve trash talker, Eric Person.
That's right, last week Person suffered a devastating loss when he turned the nut flush and went all in against quad aces from Eric Hicks. When you go all in, you never want to hear your opponent call before you even put your money in the pot, and that is exactly what happened when Person moved in and lost a mind-boggling $290,000 pot.
$290,000. That's like the average rent in LA right now. When you lose a pot like that, Houston, the question becomes, how will you respond during the rest of the game? Will you stay calm? Will you wait for the right spot to win your money back? Or will you go on tilt and start playing with reckless abandon?
You mean like you do after 3 cocktails at the Golden Nugget?
Probably 1. Another player we'll be watching tonight is billionaire Bill Klein, who didn't get involved in too many big hands last week. You know, Houston, it's just a matter of time before a player like Bill gets a little antsy and starts mixing it up.
That's right, Rick. Sometimes players like to force the action and make plays even if they don't have the cards, which can lead to some exciting poker play. All right, everybody, let's go down to the table for another hour of high-stakes, trash-talking, big betting fun right here on Bally's Big Bet Poker.
Big bet.
Let's go down to the table, and there's Eric Person, who lost his shirt last week.
Well, 25% of it.
Garrett bets $1,000. Bill Klein quickly calls. Now there's a 5 of clubs on the turn, no help. Garrett makes it $2,500 to go.
Bill's thinking about it.
And Bill makes the call. The river brings a queen, leaving Garrett with trip 10s, Bill with ace high, and Garrett has the option. Garrett bets $10,000.
Yeah, Eric Person. All right, man. It's hitting you back.
Bill's throwing in the time chip. I think
Well,
he's
he believes it or he doesn't. He does have ace high. Bill is capable of making a move. You think he's going to bluff him?
he might just be waiting for Phil to offer him a bite of that burrito he's eating.
32.
Ooh.
Raise. 32,000.
Gonna get called.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Bill Klein plays with a lot of heart.
Yikes. I can't really consider laying this hand down. I have a 10.
10 seconds.
Oh, you got me.
Wow, just that fast. The $75,000 pot to kick off tonight's show.
And just like that, Rick, billionaire Bill Klein finds himself stuck in this game after his gutsy bluff against Garrett gets picked off.
Find out if he tightens up or just keeps casting his chips into this sea of sharks when we return to Bally's Big Bet Poker.
We'll be right back with more from Bally's Big Bet Poker.
Welcome back to Bally's Big Bet Poker. I'm Houston Curtis, and sitting next to me is the very well-groomed Rick Marr.
That's wrong.
Before we jump back into tonight's action, let's take a quick look at the devastating nut flush versus quad aces hand, which crippled Eric Person last week.
Oh, Eric, this is going to be on YouTube, my friend. I'm all in. I can't. Odds? Oh, what a turn card for you.
Yeah, that's sick, Eric.
What an incredible poker moment, losing to four of a kind, four aces. You just don't see that every day, especially on a televised poker game.
Let's rejoin the table now, where Eric Person is working on grinding back his stack.
Garrett's got king 7. Oh, Eric Hicks just picked up 2 jacks. And Eric Person has king 5 suited. Hicks is raised to 2,500. The flop is ace 3-3. Hits neither one of them.
3,000.
The Mad Genius wastes no time, Rick. He's going to fire out $3,000.
Yes, he is. And I think those jacks stand for my jacket's twice as good as yours.
Deuce on the turn, no help. Option Eric is a check.
5,000. 5,000. Call.
Maybe he thinks 6 cards are coming out.
We've got a double paired board. Eric on the ace.
31,600.
Wow.
31,600.
Eric didn't like that. 31,000.
I don't think there's anyone I can call, but can you spread out the pot a little bit?
And this is a great example of where Eric Person's aggressive style can confuse his opponents and give him an edge.
One of those spots my friend told me it's high variance to make this kind of call.
The Mad Genius talks about the high variance.
Plus, I wouldn't want to do it to you anyway.
Case in point.
I fold.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you not having an ace. Because I don't have one either.
Yeah, no, I think I normally would have called there, but a friend told me stop making those kind of dumbass calls.
I didn't think you have it.
Oh, what's 54,000 between friends, Rick?
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on. Bill Klein's got queen 10.
600.
600.
What happened, Bill? They let you win a big pot?
I don't know. I don't know what the
I
hell
just
happened.
can't believe it. Like every time I come with you live at the bike, you never win a big pot.
Never. I never do.
He really does.
I have to. You actually have to leave the table for me to have any chance.
No, I was here for the beginning. I saw the 10K each.
Call.
5, 3, 9, 2 diamonds. Not very exciting yet.
Checks around.
Now that card changes things.
Sure
We
does.
got open ender for Bill, nut flush draw for Hicks, and a gutty for Eric Person.
2,000.
It's 2,000 from Hicks.
Yes.
Yeah, looks like that was a verbal 2,000.
Re-raise. 7,000. Fold.
It looks like Eric Person is folding as Bill Klein is making a raise here, Rick.
Yeah, 3-bet for 7,000.
Eric with the nut flush draw.
I just don't want to fold and get the flip over in the speech.
Bill Klein with the open ender.
Need one of these?
Ha! Bill Klein offering Eric a time card.
And Bill shows the semi-bluff. Look who's having a good time now.
I think that's a bluff.
Fold, fold.
I'm pretty sure Garrett's coming.
Oh.
Hand's so bad.
Oh, fine. Yes, I'm folding.
And person says, I'm going to play.
Ace queen
I checked
suited.
to you, sir. I actually thought it was going to be three-handed. I'll likely fold the flop unless an ace comes. Oh, shit.
Unless an ace comes, but that ace hit Eric Hicks.
Check.
And he's just going to slow play it.
Okay, I'll bet 500.
Eric Person just bet $500
That's my bet.
into an
$500.
$8,000 pot.
And Eric Hicks just called. Will person make his sneaky gut shot? No, he doesn't.
500.
Another $500.
Well, perhaps person's trying to confuse Hicks, but that's not going to work. Eric raises,
7,000.
makes it 7,000 to go.
Eric Hicks says, no more mind games. Let's let the chips do the talking.
Your hand was so powerful that you just called the 500. You're not very talkative right now.
I've seen this before from Hicks. I think he's actually asleep.
Made it 3,000.
Eric Person is very capable of making a move here.
10 seconds.
Did you really just a pair of tens? Because you quite possibly could just right now with a pair of tens.
Time chip.
Person could very
Pretty
well think his
impressive.
8 is good, and he's trying to get a read on
You
Hicks.
made a 3,000 pre-flop. All right. You gonna show me if I fold?
Speaking of making a move,
The goat's going all in on that
I've never seen you
hoagie.
clam up so much. What's wrong with you right now? There you go. What the hell? I really want to not give up on this hand.
I think person's going to come to the right decision here.
All right.
And
Hicks.
he does.
What you got?
Will he show it?
Ace.
He did have the.
What a nice guy.
Interesting.
That's not even that cool.
Yeah. Well, his tens are doing really good.
Yeah.
Coming up next on Bally's Big Bet Poker. A rematch between Garrett and Bill Klein in a massive pot. Big Bet. Big Bet.
If you want to see the world's most dangerous high-stakes poker players, watch incredible moments from over 1,000 poker hands, or participate in our chat during a live stream poker game with over $1 million on the table, it's easy. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel by scanning the code on your screen.
Or visit Bally'sBigBetPoker.com, where you can sign up to all our social media channels and be following us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and the all-new Bally Live app. Just visit Bally'sBigBetPoker.com. We'll make a big bet. You're going to love it.
Bally's BigBetPoker.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bally's Big Bet Poker. Now earlier in the show, we saw Garrett Adelstein catch the billionaire Bill Klein in a high-stakes bluff. And Garrett has made a name for himself picking the pockets of wealthy philanthropists.
You think he gets a tax write-off? Over the last few years, the G-Man has reached legendary status, crushing cash games in LA. Let's rejoin the table now. And it looks like Garrett and Bill are squaring up for a rematch.
That's right, Rick. A rematch is underway. And Garrett Adelstein has picked up ace-queen offsuit against ace-king for Bill Klein.
Ooh, this is a sexy hand.
He'll just 3-bet it to 3,500. And look who has joined the party.
Wow. Ling Lin, big slick.
She's got 3,300 to call, and it looks like she is definitely coming to dance. Ace-king, ace-king, ace-queen. Looks like we got three-way overcard action.
Right there.
It's 2,300 to Garrett.
Garrett 4-bets it to 10K.
6,500 to Bill. He immediately calls. Now with a bet and a raise out there, Ling Lin's trying to decide what to do. Looks like she's going to throw in the time chip. Think about it a little longer. Wow, Ling Lin lets it go.
That's really surprising.
It's heads up and an ace on the flop. It's going
Ouch.
to be big action. Garrett and Bill both with top pair and a backdoor flush draw. However, Bill has got the best of it this time. Let's see how much he's going to fire.
It's going to be interesting to see what Bill Klein does.
I'm all in.
Oh, there he goes. We have an all
I
in.
think it's 58.
Garrett looking a little surprised. I don't think he was thinking he was going to have to call an all-in for $60K on the flop.
59. It's 59 too. I'm gonna test one of these.
This is why Garrett Adelstein likes to sit down with more money than anyone else at the table.
Well, it's a big bet. There's not that much out there.
So he can make these kind of bold decisions when he has to.
Given that chip stack he's sitting behind, gotta call it, right?
Spoken like a man who can clearly see the whole cards.
Such a big bet.
Garrett seems surprised that Bill put so much out so soon, but when you're Bill Klein, you don't have to wait to make a big bet.
My hand's too good. I don't think I can lay it down. There's a lot of money you put out there. Huh. I don't know what I want to do.
I don't know if Garrett's talking to Bill or talking to himself at this point.
He's talking to the poker gods.
I don't even know what I'm thinking about. There's nothing I can do.
Call.
Jesus.
Bill.
Calls. Garrett says good hand and gets the bad news.
I love the bet by Bill here. And now Garrett needs a queen to win.
Or a 4 to chop.
And here comes the river for our first six-figure pot of the night, and Garrett Adelstein does not improve. Bill Klein takes down a $143,000 pot.
Well, it looks like the hunter has become the hunted. Bill Klein set an impressive trap for the G-Man and beat him at his own game.
If you're keeping score at home, that's 1 for the G-Man and 1 for billionaire Bill Klein. Let's see who settles the rubber match and ends up victorious when we return with more Bally's Big Bet Poker.
Please watch the commercials or we'll get fired.
Welcome back to Bally's Big Bet Poker, shot live at the bike from the beautiful Park West Bicycle Hotel and Casino. If you're just tuning in, you missed a massive $143,000 pot scooped up by billionaire Bill Klein, who trapped the always aggressive cash game super pro Garrett Adelstein.
Let's get back down to the table and see if Garrett will recover from that loss and get things rolling again in his favor.
Yeah. I do think you're one of the best players in the world at 15 big blinds, though.
Eric Hicks needling the goat.
Well, Eric,
Is there a plaque for that?
The goat can take it.
You guys can teach me how to play deep stack, no limit hold'em.
You should like in deep stack. You're gonna learn. Really
And for
quick.
those who missed our debut episode, Phil has promised to play with a minimum of $300K in his next session. Eric Persons called with ace-7 suited, and Garrett's coming in with ace-4 suited.
Glory days.
Eric and Garrett heads up, and they both hit top pair on the flop. Check, check. Got a 5 on the turn.
geez, we're so short, we haven't even hit the collection number yet. We don't have a 1, we don't have a 5.
Bingo.
It's a bet and a call, but now Eric Persons hit 2 pair on the river.
Garrett with aces bets 5K.
Oh, and Eric Person raises it, makes it 15,000 to go.
We left in the middle because it was
Back to where we were,
time
Eric.
to run outside.
Don't you wish you would have checked me?
I knew when you called 10 off.
It's crazy. It feels like every hand I've ever played against you, I have a good hand and you have a better one. It's wild.
No, you had 3 6s.
Thank you.
I just got you not to bet the river.
10 seconds.
Talking about the 15 hands we played before that
Oh.
day. Yeah.
You know what? I also flopped top set against you. Like everyone mucked, and then I showed you my hand when you still had one. Yeah. That was good.
Eric
What
person,
can
maybe
you
with
have
a
here?
little mind game action. I know Garrett's
I don't know.
fishing
What are you pretending to have
for
here?
info.
Interrogation,
You don't have 10 jacks.
disinformation. These guys could both work for the CIA.
I just don't feel like you have that good of a hand, and you thought I was going to fold the turn, but then I called, and then I knew you'd bet the river, and I can get you to sort of like stack off and fold.
I don't even know what you're trying to pretend like you have. What is it you want me to think you have?
Quads.
He's as clever as you are, Bill.
I bow to the master.
You just have something stupid. You have like
So fun to watch.
oh, King 7 again, huh?
Ooh, I could have King 7 on.
King 7. You already you're like I keep picking up this head.
Garrett is close.
Could be King 7. That'd be a nice spot.
Yeah.
Eric's like, I could be value betting two pair on the
King
river.
7's good, but
King 7's good?
yeah.
He called.
Oh, he's calling? I'm sorry. I thought those were $5,000 chips. So I'm like, what?
A friendly slow roll.
Wow, Eric is claiming he didn't know that it was a call. That's got to feel like a slow roll to Garrett.
Well, you know, he was wrapped up in speech play there.
Some credit. He's
It
got the
happens.
talk. He's got the talk.
If I could talk like that, I would be talking to her in hands too.
That is true. If there's one thing the owner of Maverick Gaming is good at,
I didn't even need the 7.
it's table talking.
King 7 is good. I got better.
Yeah, but then these $100 chips are too close to the 5,000. I thought Garrett saw that. I said, you know, it was raised 35,000. What? That's why I didn't turn my hand over.
Oh, yeah, that makes
The
sense.
chips confused me.
Yeah.
That's why that
You
happened.
thought I raised?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's why
chips
it took a
confused me,
while.
dude, because they're so close to the 5. I thought,
Oh, I didn't know what was happening either.
I thought he was just slow rolling you.
no, I never slow roll.
It was stunned. It was more of a stunt.
I thought he made it 40,000, and I was like, he said King 7's good, 40,000. Like, what the are you doing then? Like, why? That's why he said King 7's good. Then I slid into my hand. I was like, I thought he raised. So bad.
Uh-oh.
And we've got suited connector for Eric
That's a
Person
real commitment.
and suited connectors for Ling Lin and Phil.
That's a little scary. That's a little scary. Okay, let's
This thing hits.
Why? Don't be scared.
We've got 6,100 in the middle for a multi-way action pot.
All in.
That's a little scary.
Phil going all in.
Phil hits the 10 and goes all in. And Ling Lin's going to call with her gut shot straight draw. I'm assuming that Eric's going to raise.
I just call.
I like it.
Well, Eric's just going to call it, right?
Only a draw heavy board, though.
There's an ace on the turn. Doesn't help anyone. Ling Lin checks. Eric checks.
Eric not liking that ace.
Wow, look at that. Ling Lin backs into the gutter.
Wow. Eric Hicks just not having a good night with these pocket jacks.
He's calculating, oh, what could have just happened? I guess I got to call.
7, 8, 9, 10 jack. That's the nuts, isn't it? That's like literally the best hand. So you think Phil's going to double up through me, right?
Man,
That what's going to
I
happen?
should have raised the flop. Really?
Listen.
You sometimes got to have
The
faith.
time thing.
Phil all in, started out with second
I'm
best,
not gonna.
Oh, boy.
I just.
ended up in last place.
Phil's last bullet right there. It's like a 22 caliber.
Person
It's like a
pointing out
bead.
that this is Phil's last bullet.
We shall
Should have
see.
made that bet. Or, oh, he should have made.
I offered to make the bet.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like a 5-1 favorite. You know how many times in 1994 I took $3,000 into $85,000?
Here we go.
This is the best for me.
I beat all of the best games that I get into once in a while.
Well, Rick, it looks like the short stack champ, Phil Hellmuth, has finally met his match. He is out of his original $10,000 buy-in. Rick, do you think he'll rebuy?
Good question. Bye-bye 10K. Before the show, Phil told me he had 30,000 bucks on him, so I suspect we'll see him reload. He considers himself the greatest of all time. You know what you say, you can't keep a good dog down.
I thought he was the GOAT.
Yeah, that too. Just ask him. Stick around. We'll be back with more high-stakes poker action after this quick commercial break.
Welcome back to Bally's Big Bet Poker. The action is heating up.
All in.
That's a little scary.
7, 8, 9, 10, jack. That's the nuts, isn't it? That's like literally the best hand.
Oh boy.
It's Phil's last bullet right there.
Welcome back to Bally's Big Bet Poker. We just saw the poker brat, Phil Hellmuth, get stacked after Ling Lin gambled and made her straight.
The poker brat? I thought he was the goat.
The brat, goat, dog, I don't know what to tell you, Rick, but I do know Phil's rebought for another 10K. So let's go down to the table and see if he can run it up.
Big Bet! Oh, I know a good restaurant you should try in the South Bay.
Okay.
Phil, go to Chow.
Oh, yeah.
But
Look at Chow's, it's a brand. They're all over.
Yeah, but here's a trick. It's
brand new,
They
yeah.
just opened up in El Segundo.
Rosecrans.
Yep, and the bar is amazing because you order a la carte off the bar menu, and it's not the big commitment that Fogo de Chao usually is.
You don't have to overeat. Yeah.
That's right, and it's an amazing menu.
Yeah, I really like Fogo. We've eaten there all over. Yeah, we've noticed it. You know, there's so many great restaurants within a few blocks of there on Rosecrans. So
Yeah. We frequent all of those because our business is right there.
Do you go to Calo, like right by there?
The Mexican place.
Speaking of all you can eat, Phil has picked up pocket aces, and he's going to 3-bet them to 1,600.
As you're fond of saying, American Airlines, but will he crash and burn? And will we see a epic Phil blow up if these aces don't hold?
Phil getting aces cracked is definitely good for ratings, but I'm rooting for him. Here comes the flop. 7, 6, 10. Top pair for Bill, bottom pair for Garrett. However, Phil Hellmuth is way ahead.
28.
28.
I'll fold.
He's going to play this short stack to his advantage. Yeah, Garrett says I'm out.
Uh-oh. There's the double up.
Oh, Bill Klein's going
One time.
Eric Person rooting for Bill Klein.
Goat is all in again.
I know. Come on, Bill.
And a set of aces on the river for Phil.
Yeah.
Well, that's a $20,000 pot. Just in time for Phil.
That's making
73.
That's making the highlight
73.
reel.
73, yeah.
Uh-oh, here he goes.
It ain't over.
Keeping him in the game.
This is gonna hurt.
Something
gonna
Phil
hurt.
Hellmuth has done many times. Stack chips.
Oh, you amateur, what did you have? So we know what to make fun of.
Well, I had a 10.
Oh, okay.
I had a
10 what? 10 what?
10 queen.
So you're called what? Pre-flop with 10 queen?
I just did the same thing. I called 1,200 with king 10.
Yeah, but
And I know
but
I
you're a
wasn't
professional.
I wasn't gonna go anywhere.
Eric imagining what would have happened if he would have outflopped Phil, the speech that would have come from Phil. How dare you call pre-flop with 10 queen?
Yeah, I think we would we'd have to go rated TVMA for the violence that would ensue.
6,000.
6,000.
Oh no, here he comes.
Pocket 10s for Bill Klein and pocket kings for Hellmuth.
Yeah! Go Cowboy Phil!
Well, apparently the rodeo's come to town as Phil makes it 6,000 to go. Bill's all in. Phil immediately calls
I got kings.
Wow.
for his $20,000 stack.
Things may be going Phil's way.
You have one?
I need help. I have a pair. I'll let you know if I get close.
He's going to
That's
keep him in
not
the
it.
dark. Jack Queen.
Oh my God.
That's not close.
Here we go to the river.
And the 16-time bracelet winner takes it down. Back-to-back pots for Phil Hellmuth. This time pulling in a $43,000 pot from the billionaire Bill Klein.
19, 6.
Phil says, how you like me now?
Take that, all you short stack naysayers.
I got to see you do it, Phil.
Aces and kings.
You ran it up.
I waited a long time, but thanks.
You did it.
Phil in a better mood.
I hate to be your victim, but I mean, it's not like I didn't have it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a decent stack.
All hail the goat.
Eric Hicks agrees.
Now if I had a 100K side
Oh my
bet.
God, what happened?
Now if I had a
I
100K
doubled
side
them up
bet
back to
against
back.
a
Really?
person,
Yeah,
I could just
aces.
leave.
Yeah, aces and
It only
one.
costs 300 a round,
Back?
person.
And Rick, just like that, Phil, who has been losing the entire session, is now very much in the green after doubling up in back-to-back hands.
Wow, Phil is Phil. Poker, it's an easy game when you're dealt pocket aces and pocket kings against a billionaire.
Rick, I'd rather be lucky than good, but when it comes to Phil Hellmuth, I'm pretty sure he's both.
Stay tuned. More high-stakes poker action after we take a trip back in time as we visit the Live at the Bike vaults and watch a legendary hand of poker.
And now, let's set the proper coordinates with our fully charged Big Bet Flux capacitor at 1.21 gigawatts as we travel with you back in time to reveal tonight's special video featuring the most iconic and historic legends of poker. Greatest OMG moments.
Before we go down to the table, we're going to speak to the Live at the Bike supervising producer, Matthew Sefcek, about a legendary hand of poker from the Live at the Bike vault. Matthew?
Thanks, guys. Earlier today, we saw Eric Hicks beat Eric Person in a massive pot with quad aces or four of a kind. If you're new to poker, you might not know it, but making four of a kind is extremely rare. In fact, the odds of making quads in any given hand are 4,164 to 1. But somehow, quads keep showing up in Eric's life. Let's go back into the Live at the Bike vaults to watch two legendary hands.
And Eric with 2 queens and a race to 3,300. And queens have been snapped off. And I feel like Eric's gonna raise this one up. How can he not? 11,000 from the Mad Genius. And Peter just mucked top. And Al just made it $40,000 to go. He has 5 seconds. Oh, he went all in. Oh no. $218,000 pot.
Turn river, turn river.
And a queen. Oh my goodness. No quads. Eric hit a queen. And then Al hit quads for a $218,000 pot. Eric Hicks with 2 queens. And an all in from YK. And Al is going to keep Eric Hicks in this hand with a call. And Eric also with just a call, and Al with $40,000 back. Let's see, 3. King, 8, queen, and aces have been cracked, and it goes check, check. And Eric bets $15,000. And Al with the snap call. And a river queen for quads for the Mad Genius. And he is all in. Again, Al has a removal, and Al makes the call, and Eric is going to win a massive $144,400 pot.
The saying goes, live by the sword, die by the sword. But in this case, I guess it was live by the quads, die by the quads. What's amazing is that these two hands happened just a week apart, with Eric Hicks and L swapping 6-figure pots by making 4 of a kind, setting up a truly remarkable moment in high-stakes poker history.
Thanks, Matt. We'll see you back at the salt mine. And now let's head back down to the table and see if we can create another classic moment right here on Bally's Big Bet Poker.
Big Bet!
Or you could just miss your pair.
I'm still losing.
Eric Person bets out $700 with 9 deuce suited. And Phil makes the call from the big blind. And Mr. Hellmuth keeps his streak going, hitting top pair.
I checked, Eric.
You checked? Oh, I didn't know you checked. I'm sorry.
15.
Well, Phil's gonna call, and I'm guessing he's gonna just check it again. That is his style. He's just gonna check top pair and let person do the work. See if he takes the bait again.
I'll take a card.
Oh, he's gonna peel one off.
21.
21.
Phil bets.
71.
71.
Wow, a quick raise.
And Phil calls.
Oh, it's good. Your hand's good.
Phil Hellmuth is in the zone.
See,
Wow.
Phil? You're right. I wish I was in a hand 4-5.
Woohoo! Well, folks, after all the trash talking, Phil finally gets a chance to stick it to his nemesis, Eric Person. But Person is not done yet.
He is so not done. Stick around for our final hands of the night as Person goes for broke against none other than LA cash game legend Garrett the G-Man Adelstein.
Eric got the Garrett kryptonite.
Hello, folks. We're back with more Bally's Big Bet Poker. Eric Person has been having a shaky session since losing a massive $219,000 pot. But Rick, do you think he'll throw in the towel?
Oh, little meek Eric Person, yeah, he'll do that. One thing I know about him is that he has more fight in him than a pit bull. He'll keep playing until he doesn't have $1 left at the table, and then he'll probably just buy in for another $400,000.
Now that is my type of high stakes player. Let's go down to the table where the action is starting to heat up.
Big bet! If he had a straight, I'm going to lose a lot of money.
I was going to say, be careful what you wish for.
I'm on pure instinct right now.
No, it's good.
Instinct mode. Garrett kicked me out. He left me in.
Phil complimenting
Kicked me
himself.
right into instincts. I'm ready to.
Phil's not GTO.
Well, when it's true, it's true.
It's white
Garrett
magic.
picks up King 10. 400 to call. He makes it 1,200, and Eric Hicks is going to come in with 3-4 suited.
Call.
Phil's instincts say to fold.
Jack 6, I mean, it's no Jack 4.
Don't you mean Jack 3? All right, we got 3 Jack Queen, 2 diamonds on the flop. Ling Lin and Eric Hicks both hit a pair. Turn puts up 2 jacks. Eric Person makes it 5,400 to go with 9 high, no pair. Always keeping it interesting here at Bally's Big Bet Poker. And Garrett decides to peel one off with his open-ended straight draw into this paired board. Garrett picks up a 10 to go those jacks, while Eric Person is trying to decide what hand he wants to represent.
Pretty dangerous board. Eric deciding what to do here with nothing.
Person playing 9 high like a boss.
I don't know. He sure looks like he has something.
Better make sure he'd be able to call if I
This
bet.
is what makes the
Then I'd have
great
better
players
hand.
great.
17-7.
Eric talking it through for Garrett's benefit.
He makes a deliberate bet of $17,700.
Yeah, it's 17-7. It's supposed to be. Right here. Sure. Yep. Not bad.
Garrett's assessing the situation. Let's see what happens. And Rick, it is always a treat watching 2 players this good with such different styles of play go at it.
A lot of tough spots today. A lot of tough. Been wrong on most of them.
Garrett lamenting his tough spot.
Cut you off, sorry, Carl.
It's tough when you get wide in your holdings.
Yikes. My hand's, as always, very bad against you. Never get to the river with a good hand against you, ever.
When it's not ace-king.
Time
very
chips
bad
been
hand.
thrown in.
Yeah, I'm not raising it. Don't worry. Yeah, like if you.
Seems like these two have had this conversation before.
You're embarrassing me for sure.
I don't mean to embarrass you.
Yeah, that's what you have.
I mean, I have a lot of holdings in this spot that could include a queen, but I thought you were going to bet the flop, I'm not going to lie, but you sort of denied me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you did that. Why didn't you continue?
I don't know. I really don't feel like I have the best hand here, though. I don't feel like it.
What time is it anyway? 6:45. Okay.
Eric also checking his 80K watch.
You could.
Reminding Garrett he's
coin,
tanking
use
too
thing in
long.
Vegas. What's it called?
The gold card,
Yeah.
where they flip one of the players' cards.
You can look if you want. Yeah. Was it good?
It was good.
It was good.
Eric says you can look if you want, and Garrett says, I feel like eating those cards
I didn't
right
think you
out
had
of
much
your
to
hand.
flip.
You want to take a look? Let me show you some pain.
Yeah.
I wish I would have re-raised your pre-flop.
A table comment from Mr. Helmuth.
Chiming in that he wished he was in there.
I don't think there's anybody playing. I don't know of anybody playing on anybody else's money in this game. I mean,
Definitely not in this game.
I'm not.
Who would?
I mean, you know, in the games I play normally here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely not in this one.
I want to. Nobody gives to.
I actually heard Bill's got a
Who's
backer.
Bill Klein's backer? Elon Musk?
I sell some action, so I go after nobody takes it.
Business with that guy.
I asked Eric last time. I said, Eric, I'll sell you 90%.
Business sense whatsoever. I let somebody stake me, Eric, like 7-8 years ago.
Really?
And made him like
Can I get
3-4
that guy's
million.
number?
Wow.
Jack 7 deuce hits Eric
But I didn't
and
mind.
Garrett. Top pair.
Eric Hicks pocket fives.
I love jack high flops too. Typically they're not.
Why?
Because players aren't really have that in their holdings, but this is a non-race class. So it's
Wow, this is going to get super interesting.
it's like usually pretty good. I just get my
Jack 7 specifically, it doesn't really matter.
just well, Jack 7-2 in particular.
38.
Two hearts give someone a draw us a little bit, but it's probably a lot of people going to call without a pair here.
Mm-hmm.
This is better than Jimmy Gold when it comes to talking.
Way better talker than Jamie Gold.
Way better.
I mean, Jamie Gold is like cringy. You know,
Shout out to
this guy's
Jamie
like-
Gold.
This guy's like.
Well, Jamie's table talk did take him all the way to 12
The
million.
hand that folded.
Got to give him credit for that.
All
Garrett
You're
has
the one who
called
got
the
me up on
3,800.
River
Please,
card
let me show you
and
ace. I
check
was
a
gonna
lot and
call and
bet
he
some.
showed the ace, the perfect card for me to call him.
I guess I'm going to have to just chance it because you must not have a jack now.
This is big.
85.
8,500.
This is just going to be painful.
Wow.
85 and looks him dead in the eye.
Call.
Good call. He knew not to come over the top. Smelled something. Garrett just can't get the best of it with Eric.
Houston, as painful as that is, I bet it's also thinking that could have gotten super expensive.
Man, I don't know, Eric, but I'm going to get coaching from you because you got the Garrett kryptonite.
Hicks loving it.
Houston, I'm a bit of a mind reader. I'm pretty sure Garrett's thinking, "Fuck you, Eric's."
True. Like he's
That
like,
is the face of a man who hates to lose.
Bluff, have it, bluff, have it, bluff. Good balancing, too.
Well, Rick, Eric Person ends the session making quite a comeback after that brutal beat he took last week. There are few players in the world who can stand up to the likes of Garrett Adelstein, but tonight, Person proved that he can talk trash and win with the best of them.
I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of Eric Person soon. He's everything you want in a high-stakes poker player. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Make sure to scan the QR code on your screen and sign up to our YouTube channel, and be sure to visit us at Bally's Big Bet Poker for all the action coming your way.
And if you enjoy learning insider tips, tricks, and secrets related to the world of high-stakes poker, or if you just want to know what Rick will be wearing on next week's episode,
That's so long.
just give us a follow on Twitter. I'm Houston Curtis, and on behalf of myself and the outlaw to my left, Mr. Rick Marr, we'll see you next week for another episode of Bally's Big Bet Poker.
So long, everybody.